Everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're carrying on with the Valentine's Day theme and we're going to do Violet Voss. So with that, I decided to also grab the Violet Voss Bubbly Blush Bellini. It's a 4-color blush palette and it looks like this. And right now it is 50% off at Sephora. So it's not a bad buy, $19.50 for it. You get 3 blushes and 1 highlighter. The highlighter does work with my skin tone and maybe a little darker. I don't think it's going to work for lighter than my skin tone. I think it'll be too dark. But the 3 shadows, you got a pinky, a peachy, and then like a berry. So you do get 3 blushes that are pretty common, and it's not a bad formula. It's what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the pink one, which is Rosini, and then Prosecco for the highlighter. But I just thought for $19.50, I mean, it's not a bad buy, and it's actually pretty good. For the bronzer, I'm using the Too Faced in the milk chocolate. And then for eyeshadow, I decided to pull out I Love You Cherry Much. And I bought this when it first released. It is still on Sephora's website. I believe it says it is, hold on, I'll check, $42. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 shades for $42, and it looks like this. So it kind of reminds me of the Urban Decay Cherry, which you can't get anymore, which I did not know. But it's not entirely the same either. So I don't know how I feel about this palette. And here's why. Let's get started first. The first shade we're going to go into is Wild Cherry. And it looks like this here. Part of it is this is the look we're going to do. I went a little bit too pinky purple, to be honest, with this look. And I realize that now. So that's on me, though. That is my fault. The shadows themselves are really good. No problem there. It's... I guess you're just gonna, which I get, you're gonna kind of get the same look. It's gonna be pinky purpley. Don't get me wrong, they got some neutrals in here. They do. And with that, you could get a neutral look. But, and I probably should have put a neutral color in this look, to be honest. But, you know, I'm going for Valentine's Day too, so that is what it is. It does have light shades to darkest shades. It from mattes to shimmers or metallics. So you do have that. And I don't mind Violet Voss's formula, actually. It's actually quite nice to work with, to be honest and fair. But I don't know if this particular color story is like right up my block anymore, you know? Or it could be that for the last 28 days I've been creating Valentine's Day looks. Well, I guess it hasn't been 28 days yet, but for the last month I have been creating Valentine's Day looks, and maybe I'm just getting tired of it. I don't know. Or it could just be this look in particular that I'm just not vibing with. We're going to go into Too Cute now, and we're going to blend on top of that. It very well could just be that, you know, that I've just been doing Valentine's Day looks now for a while, and it's getting old. Because that does happen. It can happen. And it does, obviously. So I really don't know exactly what my issue is, to be honest, with it, as far as like my opinion, but you can see for yourself that the shadows are blending out, you know, they're pigmented, they blend nicely together. There's, with the shades that I did choose, there is a nice gradient effect for the most part. It just might be, I never thought I'd ever come to say this, I just might be tired of pinks. I just might be. But like I said, I mean, the colors themselves are just, I mean, they are pretty. Don't, you know, take me wrong there. They are very, very pretty. I'm just going to go back into this shade here. Okay. And sometimes these shades aren't easy to formulate either. Keep that in mind. So with that said, it's like they're blending. It's a quick, you can make a quick look even. And like I said, there are neutrals too. So, but it's either like you're going to get a dark, a brown look, or you're going to get a, like a maroon look in a sense, you know, a purpley, pinky maroon look. We're going to go into Berry Sweet now. And we're going to put that on this outer portion here and start to darken it up. Well, we're actually going to darken it up with this. We're not going to start. This is where we stop with darkness, because the next shade is pretty darn deep and dark, and I just didn't want to go that far with this look, to be honest. I wanted to keep it somewhat light. Somewhat. But I mean, all these shades are very pretty. And as far as like blending wise and building, they do just that. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, 18 shadows is a good bit of shadow, but it just depends on what you're looking for, I suppose, you know, to be honest. Like, I don't want to give my opinion because I'm not a makeup artist, you know, I'm just a regular consumer. So I really don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like a lot of us don't know what we're doing. So it's like, with that said, I don't know if I really want to recommend the palette for that reason alone, because I don't think this is going to be everybody's cup of tea. And especially for a beginner, I don't think this will be everybody's cup of tea. But I guess it could be, if you think of it in the way of, if you're going to use the neutrals that are in here, then it might be because if you want to throw a little bit of color in, if that's the color you're, you know, choosing to go with, then it might be worth it for you. If pink's like your color, or a berry shade your color, then it might be. Because as far as performance and stuff, like, I don't have any issues with it. I just took that same shade, Berry Sweet, and ran it along the lower lash line. And I didn't get any fallout using these shades, and like, they're really nice, to be honest with you. Like, I have no issue out of them at all. Okay, let me go back into that first, or yeah, the first one, I guess, the Wild Cherry, and make sure I don't lose that pinky shade. It's really just going to come down to, is this your preference, you know? But as far as performance, it does well. Back into Too Cute. And like I said, you could definitely do a softer pink. You could definitely do neutral, but I don't know. I feel like I would say buy this over the Urban Decay only because A, you get more shadow, B, it is cheaper, I'm almost positive. But you can't even, as far as I can see, you can't even get the Urban Decay one anymore. So, you know, this could be an option maybe. But there are a lot of palettes out there that have this color story at the same time. So it's like, well, do you really need this, you know? I put a white liner in my waterline today. I put the ColourPop one, Exit, and I don't mind it. I think it looks cute. Alright, now we are going to lose my brush, I guess. What brush did I use there? I am not seeing the brush that I used. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now we're going to put the shade Dreamy, which is this one right here, on the lid. I'm not going to spray it. And I will say this is nice too. It laid down very nicely, no fallout. It's not making my eyelids look worse as far as crease goes, but it's not making them look better either, you know what I mean? So it really depends on you. And again, if you spray it, maybe it would help more. I don't know. But I've had, you know, I've got other shadows that make my eyelids look nicer. But it doesn't make them look bad either. And it is very metallic looking. And it's going on so nice. Like, so nice. Buttery. And it even feels buttery in the pan. Now there's a couple that don't, that feel more dry, but they still laid nicely when I did use them. And I will say I don't grab for this palette a lot. I don't. And I really thought I would have, considering the color story. So that may say a little something there too, you know. We're going to go back in with that shade that I used in the outer corner to blend. So it really does just depend on what you're looking for in a palette. But this one is available still, which I was kind of shocked because I'm pretty sure this came out last year. Just saying. Now we're going to go into the shade Affection. And we're just going to pop out right on the inner corner. Again, not going to spray it. And like I said, this is an all-in-one palette for me. So that's a nice thing about it too. It does give you both neutral and a little bit of color, so I mean that's kind of a good thing too. Like, there are bonuses to it. And I really do like Viseart. Yeah, I do like Viseart too. I meant to say Violet Voss's formula. It's not bad by no means. Okay. That again. Okay. Alright, I got both those same now. Alright, now we're going to take the darkest shade in this palette, which is called Chocolate Cherry. I do like the names of these two. This one here, and we're just going to line the bottom and top lash line. Like, I do think like the color selection and everything goes, like it's one theme. The colors work well together that they did choose, all that stuff. It's just, for a beginner, I think these colors could be a little bit intimidating. And mean, I want to say there's something about it that stands out, but there really isn't. This color story's been done over and over again. So really, you know, it's just, if you're wanting to try out this formula, or if this is a color story that speaks to you. And I'm just wiggling this into my lash line. And I was going to put on the brown mascara, but I didn't. I went with black. But I do like this color here for lining. It's a very pretty brown. But again, you probably have this color in other palettes. And you do have mattes, metallics, and there's even like a, what do they call it? A sequin shade with like glitter in it. There's only one of them. That was the color, the wild cherry color I used. And I did not get glitter like all down my face or anything like that, so that's a plus. I'm just gonna run this under the lower lash line to help smudge that out a little bit. I do think that a lot of this is due to me and the way I did this look, to be honest. A lot of the critiquing I'm having, because I do believe that it's my fault, obviously, the color selection I chose, and I don't think I did a good job at that. But we win some, we lose some. And I've had a heck of a day today. Let me put that plastic back in that again. I've had a heck of a day because I started doing my foundation and my makeup as I, you know, was doing. And I was almost ready to do eyes when my son goes, "What is wrong with your face, Mom?" I didn't see it the whole time I was doing my makeup. I don't understand how I missed it, but I did. But anywho, he said, "What happened to your face? What's wrong with it?" I didn't know what he was talking about. My foundation was peeling. So I had to go and take all that off, which irritated me. And I don't know why it peeled. I used the number 7 Protect and Perfect Advanced All-in-One Foundation. Somebody was raving about this, so I thought, you know, I really trust her thing. I'm going to get it. And I don't know. I'm sure it's a me thing, because, I mean, peeling's a big thing. So if it happened to her, obviously, I feel like she would say something. But with that said, it's like I don't know if it just didn't mix with my skincare well. I don't know. But I'm going to give it another chance tomorrow and watch my skincare, you know, see how it goes. Maybe not put on a lotion and use that, because it has SPF 50 in it. That's why I'm really, like, interested in it and hoping it would work, because I don't like having too much stuff on my face, to be honest with you, because I'm older, so it doesn't look as good, number one. And I just don't, like, if I can cut things out, like, why wouldn't I, you know? Alright. Now I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs primer for my lashes. just putting it on my top lashes. And then I'm going to let that dry a minute. But yeah, overall, I mean, this is a very pretty color story. It really is. And like I said, you got like a banana type shade, I guess, is your lightest shade, which you can set your eyes if you want to or not. And then you got this chocolate cherry right here, this dark dark brown shade. So I mean, you do got a light and a really dark, and then I think the other thing I'm not that much of a fan of is that most of the metallics are really dark looking. So you have to like that kind of look. It's almost like a vampy look in a sense. But I get it. It's cherry. Like I said, I think the color story is perfect for it. But if I had to suggest something, I would suggest the palette, the cheek palette, because it's really nice, you all. Really nice. Alright, for top lashes, I'm going to go in with the YSL. Lash Clash. I probably should have let that primer dry a little bit longer. But it is what it is. Here we go. Alrighty. Then for the lower lashes, I'm going to do the Lancome Deaf and Seals. So it didn't take me too long to do this look, considering how long it usually does take me. So it still took me a little bit though. But for a colorful look, it's not bad. And there was a good bit of talking, and you know, that is what it is though. But as far as like fallout, there is none. As far as patchiness, there is none. The blend was nice. The build was nice. So everything worked as far as that goes. This isn't my favorite palette by Viseart. I'll just put it out there. But it is a good palette. It is, if it's, you know, if you're looking for something like that, I'll just put it like that. And the theme, I love you very much. I mean, that is kind of cute too. So I'll give it that. But, you know, it is what it is. If I, like I said, if I was suggesting anything and you were going to take my advice, I would say skip the palette and get the blushes. Especially if you're my skin tone, because you'll be able to use them all. And you have an option. You can go pink, you can go peach, or you can go berry. I mean, Those are kind of the three options you have anyways, in a sense, you know. You could mix the pink and the peach even and get a pinky peach. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you could do out of that palette, and it's $19.50. I mean, that's pretty good in itself. Like, that's what? So we'll just say it's 20 bucks, so $5 per pan. And they're good size pans. So when you're looking at it like that, it's like, well, it might be worth it, you know? Like, they're decent sized pans. So I really like this. This would be the thing I'd say to buy, but that's just, you know, me. But tomorrow I'll do the Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette because I had actually bought that collection. I've got the Naked Cherry, Urban Decay Cherry Highlight and Blush, and the palette. So we will be doing those tomorrow. And I kind of can't wait because it's been a long time since I played in this. So it definitely should be interesting. The look kind of won't come out the same because, like I said, this is more deeper and darker, where that one it does have some, you know, brighter pinks in it than, say, the Urban Decay one does. But all in all, the look's going to be the same. But I will let you go. I hope you have a great day. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that, are notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. And let me know if you got this palette, or if you're thinking about it, or are you thinking about the blush and highlight palette, because that's the one I would be thinking of. But that's all I have for you today. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.